I want to move to is my favourite story, I think, in showbiz this year. The Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively, then I've been reading all the messages between them all, and which he's been putting out, obviously, and it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
Ryan Reynolds is backing his wife Blake Lively 100%, but his claims on Justin Baldoni are being proved false, where Justin Baldoni just exposed him.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit.
Oh boy. Well, for what?
I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon.
Now, spray gunning each other with as much dirt as they could possibly do, having spewed lovey-dovey stuff to each other for months on end. I mean, again, critical drinker, this is in your world. I thought it was a great film. I got to say, I've not been to the cinema and actually sat through a movie and been as quiet and as attentive as I was to that in a long time. I thought it was very, very well done. A, do you agree? And B, what do you make of these two now just trying to destroy each other in public?
Well, A, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't speak
to
that.
It's really good, honestly. I highly recommend it. I thought it was great. And they're both great in it, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, as for the drama between them, like, if what he's alleging is true, she sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Out of nowhere, British journalist Piers Morgan drops a bombshell. He claims that Blake Lively is gearing up to testify against her own husband, Ryan Reynolds, in an upcoming trial. Can you believe that? The idea that Blake might turn on Ryan sends shockwaves through the entire industry. Suddenly, a picture-perfect couple is thrown into a scandal that feels like it was ripped straight from a soap opera. We don't have all the details yet, but just the notion of this twist has everyone on edge, wondering what kind of secrets might be coming to light. Blake's promotion of the film felt like a massive misstep. Imagine scrolling through TikTok and seeing Blake casually telling everyone to grab their friends, put on some florals, and head to the theater like it's just another rom-com. For a movie dealing with such heavy, real-life issues, that tone is not only off-putting, it's downright infuriating. Critics slammed the approach, saying it trivializes the intense subject matter and reduces a deep, painful story to a shallow marketing stunt.
This was a sinister PR move. Blake Lively then moved 11 days later to file a lawsuit. So now she has filed a lawsuit, and I don't think she ever wanted to do this. I think she genuinely wanted this to be a PR move, and she wanted to leak it to the New York Times. She thought the public would take her side with no questions asked. And instead the public is saying, no, we have a few questions here. And Justin Baldoni is going all the way to the wall on this. His lawyer is already giving interviews explaining just how nasty her team has played this. The lawyer's name is Brian Friedman. He stopped by the Megyn Kelly show. And here's some of the things that he had to say. First, he says there used to never be a claim. There never was a sexual claim until she went to that civil rights office. Take a listen.
There was actually no allegation of harassment until the lawsuit was filed.
You don't often see messy women in film. I feel like this is a film that's important to be made because just as an actor, I am not often given the opportunity to tell the story of a woman that really experiences the entire spectrum of female or any human experience, you know? Like when you experience pain or trauma or darkness or sadness, that's your character. Or if you're light and levity and love and joy and hope, then that's your character. You don't often see a woman that gets to be so multifaceted because you don't often see messy women in film. And so to be able to be a woman who's contradicting herself, but yet it makes complete sense, and seeing the messiness of the human experience, I think is a beautiful thing to see because it makes people feel seen and not alone. And I know that's how I felt when I read Lily.
A story that covers domestic violence, but it's not about domestic violence, it's about this woman.
Let's talk about the way that Blake Lively has been promoting It Ends With Us and how it's problematic, especially for a movie about domestic violence. So you might have seen this promo video. It's still on the It Ends With Us TikTok account. And in this video, she is sitting next to, I believe, Colleen Hoover, and she tells the viewer to grab your friends, wear your florals, and go see the movie, implying this is a lighthearted movie, rom-com, chick flick, and it most definitely is not. Full disclosure, I haven't seen the movie yet. I've seen a lot of TikToks about the movie, and I've heard that the movie itself and the domestic violence portrayed within it drew audible gasps within the movie theaters and then sobs from people as well. So marketing it as this is irresponsible. Her character's name in the film is Lily Bloom, and she has been wearing a floral. Critique here would be that it's not about you.
Now, the legal battles really start to hit hard. Blake ended up filing a lawsuit against her co-star Justin Baldoni, accusing him of misconduct on set, saying he asked intrusive questions about her personal life and behaved in a way that was totally unprofessional. She claims Baldoni, who's supposed to be a progressive male feminist, exploited his celebrity status to force everyone to cave into his demands or risk being crushed. And if you thought that was all, Baldoni fired back with a counter-suit that's nothing short of a sledgehammer. He's taken aim at Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and even their publicist, slapping together a defamation lawsuit worth over $400 million. According to Baldoni, this isn't just a case of miscommunication, it's a deliberate smear campaign designed to ruin his career, and he's got stacks of text messages and emails to prove it.
And produced documents in the discovery process, said a spokesperson for Lively. So a spokesperson now, not even just that was in the lawsuit, but now a spokesperson has come out and said this. Who's the spokesperson? Is it a lawyer? Is it Ryan Reynolds? Is it Blake? Like who? You don't even name it? Okay. In a statement, Brian Friedman, a lawyer for Baldoni, said that Lively's revised lawsuit is filled with unsubstantial hearsay of unnamed persons who are clearly no longer willing to come forward.
In case you don't have time to read through it all, I want to read you a direct quote from the complaint that essentially summarizes everything that Baldoni is alleging. He says, Lively wields immense power as one of the world's best-known celebrities. She set out to destroy plaintiffs' livelihoods and businesses if they did not bend to her incessant demands, and when they refused to give way, she did exactly that, accusing them of foul and reprehensible misconduct. Now, I reached out to Baldoni's attorney, who tells me that they have copious amounts of text messages and emails and other evidence that they say proves that Baldoni did nothing wrong. I reached out to a representative for Blake and Ryan. They have not responded yet.
We're going to be talking all things Blake Lively and her legal complaint that she's filed against her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. Yes, the It Ends With Us movie drama does in fact not end. What's interesting about this story to me is the Justin Baldoni of it all. He is a self-proclaimed male feminist. He's woke. He speaks out against sexual assault and sexual harassment, even toxic masculinity. And now in this legal complaint filed by Blake Lively, he's being accused of sexual harassment.
I challenge you to see if you can use the same qualities that you feel make you a man to go deeper into yourself. And will you be man enough to stand up to other men when you hear locker room talk, when you hear stories of sexual harassment, when you hear your boys talking about grabbing ass or getting her drunk? Will you actually stand up and do something so that one day we don't have to live in a world where a woman has to risk everything and come forward to say the words "me too"?
This is gonna be really awkward.
Then there's the on-set drama that you wouldn't believe if you hadn't seen it. Reports coming from behind the scenes say that when Blake was filming, there wasn't much time for any fan interaction because the production had the whole area cordoned off. But insiders reveal something more troubling. Several women on set felt seriously uncomfortable due to Baldoni's behavior. Blake's lawsuit, now a sprawling document clocking in at 141 pages, details these issues and even names at least two actresses, later identified by sources as Jenny Slade and Isabella Farah, who felt unsafe on set. The irony is, both of these women reportedly wanted to stay under the radar and out of the public eye, which only adds to the mystery and the mess. Now, here's the kicker: is Blake really out for justice, or is this all a calculated PR maneuver designed to spin the narrative in her favor? Critics are not holding back. They argue that if Blake had rock-solid evidence to support her claims, she wouldn't need to dig through 2 years' worth of phone records and subpoena every single text message in existence. Instead, it feels like she's casting a wide net, trying to fish for anything that might pin Baldoni down.
So when they were filming It Ends With Us in front of my parents' place, I can't really speak to the entire movie, but specifically for this one scene, the only time that we did see her was like specifically when she was filming. I want to say she pulled up like 10 minutes before shooting, discussed a little bit, and then the cameras were rolling, and then pretty quickly cleared out. But I honestly don't know how much interaction she had with bystanders. There were a lot of people who wanted autographs, or like a photo, or get their book signed, but they blocked off basically the entire block during the time of filming. So I'm not sure about how any of her interactions went, if there were any at all, but I will say she did draw a big crowd.
To her initial complaint that she first filed back in December. The big bombshell here, according to Blake Lively, is that there were other women on the set who were also made to feel uncomfortable by Baldoni's alleged behavior. Blake Lively claims in this new updated complaint that another female co-star who is unnamed in this complaint, that she actually reported this behavior to Sony, which was the distributor behind this film. Now, I have reached out to Baldoni's team. We have not heard back, but you see there that they say that he did not hold himself accountable after this was reported, and instead that he used a louder voice, it goes on to say, to silence Blake Lively and anyone else who may have spoken up.
Obviously, people think the other two women are Jenny Slate and Isabella Ferrer. Something I cannot reconcile is Isabella Ferrer's text message to Justin after she stopped filming with him. She literally says, "Thank you for making it such a comfortable set for me, my first film." You would just not say that. You would not use those words to your creepy director. You would use other words to kiss his ass. But she literally says, "Thank you for making it such a comfortable experience." It's so true. You would just not send that message. Or you would send another message that would be ass kissy too, but you wouldn't use the words comfortable and safe. I believe she used the word safe. The other person who I really need to hear from is Jenny Slate, because I believe maybe all this other stuff is pointing towards her, that she was the other person in this. Right. Jenny Slate, I feel like, has the power to rule on this case. Yeah. Like if she comes out and says like everything was fine, you know,
I don't. Says I was creeped out.
Or she says I was creeped out.
No, I think that even if she says I was creeped out, first of all, and this is a point a lot of people are making, listen, a guy being a little too woo-woo, maybe a little creepy, being uncomfortable is not the same thing as being harassed. And that is just, I think, that what a lot of people will say unless someone says he did X, Y, or Z. And it's fully over the line. Yeah. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that's where we're at.
Yeah, totally.
Especially in this case.
Sources indicate the two women are actresses Jenny Slate and Isabella Ferrer, who could not immediately be reached for comment. So it just goes into who they are. But what's crazy is they did not want to be named. So when her amended lawsuit dropped, everybody was like, what? They, like you just saying that other women felt uncomfortable, but they're not willing to share any of their information. They don't want to join the lawsuit. They don't want to be named. You can't share text, nothing. Like keep my name out of it.
Make no mistake, this isn't just another celebrity drama. It's a fast-paced, hard-hitting showdown where every word, every tweet, and every legal filing is designed to shock and captivate. With every bombshell that drops, we're left reeling, trying to piece together who's right, who's lying, and who's just caught in the crossfire. And as the legal battles heat up and the media frenzy reaches fever pitch, one thing is clear: this wild ride is far from over. In the end, it's a reminder that in Hollywood, nothing is ever as it seems. Behind the glitz and glamour lies a ruthless world where power, betrayal, and the constant scramble for control can turn even the most beloved stars into fierce adversaries. As the drama unfolds, we're all forced to confront the messy, unpredictable reality of fame, a reality where every new twist leaves you more shocked than the last. And trust me, when you think it can't get any crazier, another bombshell is sure to drop, proving that in this game, the stakes are always sky high and the ride never slows down.